My God, the lighting is so bad. I hate this. Why is it so gloomy? Hello everyone, I am Kat, and these are quite possibly the best purchase I've ever made. It doesn't matter how broke I am, if I see something as magical as this, I will buy it. But my magical cat pants aren't what this video is about. Today I am actually going to talk to you about college orientation. Because I am finally done with high school forever. I graduated, headed off to college now. Oh God, I'm an adult. I am not prepared. I mean, it's hard to believe that just a month ago this was me. Yeah, I am so not prepared. Anyways, orientation to me, I didn't really know what to expect. I just heard that, oh, I have to go to school in the middle of the summer and I guess figure out my schedule. I didn't really know what was gonna happen. I know it's different for every college because a lot of orientations will just be the week before school. Most of them won't be as early as mine, but they're all sort of the same thing, I think. My friends haven't gone to theirs yet, so I'll have to ask them how theirs go. I didn't really know what to expect, and as I'm preparing for orientation, I found myself looking up tons of articles on the internet and of course going to YouTube to see if there were any helpful videos on what to bring to orientation, what to do at orientation, what is involved in it, any tips for surviving it, and I decided after my own experience that I would give you guys about 5 of my tips or so of how to survive orientation. I guess the first thing I'll say before I give you any of the tips is just don't get nervous. Don't get nervous about orientation. You will survive, you will make it to college, because even if you have social anxiety or you're very introverted, you will still get through this, because there's many other people just like you who have gotten through this. You can make it. I believe in you. I guess my first tip will be sort of telling you what you need to bring for orientation, because you really need to be prepared for this. You don't want to show up like I did and not have everything. So listen to this. So for orientation, if yours was like mine, I don't know if anyone has just a 1-day orientation, but mine was 3 days, which meant I was staying at the college in the dorms for 2 nights, and I was not prepared. I thought I was prepared. I always feel like I'm super prepared because I bring this giant suitcase. I could barely hold everything as I'm dragging it to my dorm, and yet I still forgot some of the most vital things for the orientation. First off, you just want to make sure that you have stuff for when you go to bed. You want a sleeping bag. That was easiest for me. Bring a sleeping bag, pillows, pajamas. Never forget pajamas, because I always forget pajamas when I sleep over people's houses and then I am uncomfortably laying in bed in my jeans. I mean, unless you sleep naked, which in that case, gross. And yeah, you probably don't want to do that on this occasion because you'll have a roommate. And I don't think they want to see that. So you want all the stuff for when you go to bed. I'd also advise bringing some sort of drawstring bag, because the one that they give you will most likely fall apart on the first day. Bring your wallet, bring your phone, bring a phone charger. A portable charger is very helpful as well. Headphones, I guess, if you're gonna be in your room for a little bit and you wanna watch videos. Make sure you have clothes for all 3 days. Bring all your toiletries. I know I had my giant makeup bag. I also had to remember to bring my shampoo and my conditioner, so don't forget that. Now, this is the thing I forgot, so if you take showers every day or every other day, don't forget this. And actually, just don't forget this in general. It doesn't matter if you're gonna be taking showers or not. bring towels because I forgot and I had to go 3 days without a shower, which I do sometimes, but my hair was a mess at the end of orientation. So my second tip is to be social. Even if you're introverted, even if you're antisocial, even if you've got social anxiety, be social because you will not regret it. Please do not hide in your dorm all day because there's just so much going on at orientation. Be social, become involved. Usually there will be events going on during orientation where they are optional and you can choose whether you want to go to them or not. I highly suggest definitely going to them because, as I'm about to explain in a minute, if I hadn't done that, it would have been very depressing. This comes from my own experience at orientation. We were done with our informational sessions for the day. We had eaten dinner and we now had free time to go back to our dorms and do whatever we want, but there would also be different events going on at night. I think there was an open house of the fitness center, and then there was another group going to the game room, and then later in the night they had a board game night, and then they had a Netflix night. I went back to my dorm right after this because I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do because fitness is not my thing, so I wasn't very interested in that. I wanted to go to the game room, but if you went there, you'd have to stay there for the entire 2-hour period that it was going on, so I didn't want to do that. Board games sounded kind of boring to me, and then I was thinking of maybe going to the Netflix night, but it was so late, I didn't really want to go. So I'm here, sitting in my room, thinking about what I should do. My roommate's gone, and I'm just alone. This was where I did a ton of thinking and watching YouTube videos, watching Netflix a little bit, and then I finally, about an hour before the board game night, decided I'm gonna do something. I decided, you know what, board games might be boring, I'll show up, if I don't like it then I'll just come back here. So I went, and it was honestly amazing because not only did I run into some of the people I had already met during orientation and became closer to them, I also met 2 other people who, if I hadn't gone to the board game night, I probably would have never met them or run into them. And then of course it was quality going to the Netflix night as we watched Moana, which I hadn't seen before, so that was good. Be social! So things may have changed around here because it's actually been 2 days since I've recorded the last part of this video. I always get interrupted when making YouTube videos on this channel, so here we go again. My third piece of advice sort of goes along with the being social and being outgoing, and it has to do with meeting people from other majors, because once you actually start college in the fall, all the people that you're going to be meeting will probably be people from your major or from the clubs you're in, and you probably won't meet many people outside of that. So yes, definitely, I don't know why I clapped, but definitely interact with people from other majors. My fourth piece of advice is to ask questions while you're there, because if your orientation is like mine and it's early in the summer before you've made your classes and before you're starting school and before you're moving in for good, right now is the perfect time for you to ask any questions you might have about the college, just so that you will feel a little bit more familiar with things come the fall. I know that this was helpful for me because I had many questions about my classes, my major, because there were like 10 different ways I could go in the film and video area, and I wanted to make sure that I had the exact major I wanted. Ask questions because it will definitely help clear things up for you, and it certainly helped me a lot. My final piece of advice for orientation is don't do stupid things. Don't do anything that will get you expelled or in trouble with the college before you've even started class. I think that's just ridiculous. You spent all this money and time trying to get into this university, and now you're just gonna waste it and get expelled before you've even done anything? Just don't. If your orientation leaders and the staff don't want you to leave a specific area during orientation, don't leave. Don't go run off to some other part of the campus. Don't run out of the campus into the ghetto where you will most likely be kidnapped or shot. Don't do that. You can save the partying for college, save the drinking for college. Just don't do it at orientation because you just want to make a good first impression. You don't want to give yourself a bad name before you've even started class. Just don't. Just don't. Do not stop. Be good. And yeah, that was pretty much all the tips I have for you guys today about college orientation. I will probably update you guys again on my college life when I move in the fall. Maybe I'll do a dorm tour or something typical like that. And I will be posting a lot more this summer. I'm sorry I've sort of gotten off to a slow start. Things have been very, very busy, but I will try to focus more on YouTube now. And yeah, I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm staying here. I hope you guys found some of these tips helpful for when you go to your own college orientation. Don't worry, you won't die. So I will see you guys again whenever I post my next video. Adios.